Hey guys, welcome back to this video. We're going to look at Christmas Carol and focus specifically on Stave 2. So, Stave 2 looks at the ghost of Christmas past. In Stave 2, Charles Dickens begins Scrooge's transformation by forcing him to confront his past. The ghost of Christmas past shows him memories from his childhood and early adulthood, revealing how loneliness and the pursuit of wealth shaped his personality. This stave encourages both Scrooge and the reader to understand that people are not simply born cruel, their experiences influence who they become. So, a quick summary of the stave then. The Ghost of Christmas Past takes Scrooge on a journey through key memories from his life. First, he sees himself as a lonely boy left alone at school during Christmas. His sister Fan arrives and takes him home, reminding him that he once had family who loved him. The spirit then shows Scrooge working for Fezwick, a kind employer who celebrates Christmas with generosity and joy. Finally, Scrooge watches the painful moment when his fiancée Belle leaves him because his obsession with money has replaced his love for her. The stave entered Scrooge seeing Belle happily married with children, a life he could have had. Key quote 1 from the stave is a solitary child neglected by his friends. Here, Dickens presents young Scrooge as isolated and lonely. The adjective solitary emphasizes that he was emotionally alone from a young age, and this encourages readers to feel sympathy for Scrooge and suggests that his later coldness may have developed as a defense mechanism against loneliness. Key quote 2 is another idol has displaced me, a golden one. Belle accuses Scrooge of replacing his love for her with money. The word idol suggests worship, implying that Scrooge treats wealth like a god, and Dickens uses this metaphor to criticize a society that prioritizes money over human relationships. Key quote 3 is he has the power to render us happy or unhappy, and this quote refers to Fezwick. Dickens shows that employers have power over their workers' lives, but that power can be used positively. Fezwick creates happiness through generosity and kindness, and this contrasts with Scrooge's treatment of Bob Cratchit earlier in the novella. Fezwick is a moral contrast, so Fezwick acts as a moral contrast to Scrooge. Even though he's a businessman, he treats his employees with warmth and respect. Dickens uses Fezwick to show that wealth and business do not have to lead to cruelty, and Scrooge himself begins to realize this, which is why he suddenly thinks about Bob Cratchit. So, themes in Stave 2. Memory plays a crucial role in this stave because it forces Scrooge to reflect on who he used to be. Dickens also highlights the theme of loneliness by showing Scrooge's childhood isolation. The corrupting influence of money becomes clear through Belle's rejection. However, through characters like Fezwick, Dickens reminds readers that kindness and generosity are always possible choices. A grade 9 interpretation of this. So, at a deeper level, Dickens may be suggesting that Scrooge is not simply evil, but shaped by his past experiences. His lonely childhood may explain why he later prioritizes money and security over relationships. By showing this, Dickens encourages readers to understand that people can change when they confront their past mistakes, and this supports the novella's wider message that redemption is possible for everyone. Let's look at the exam style paragraph model. So how does Dickens present Scrooge in Stave 2? In Stave 2, Dickens presents Scrooge past as lonely and emotionally significant. When Scrooge sees himself as a boy, he is described as a solitary child neglected by his friends. The adjective solitary emphasizes isolation and suggests that his later cold personality may have developed from a lack of companionship and affection. Dickens therefore encourages readers to feel sympathy for Scrooge. Additionally, Belle claims that another idol has displaced me, a golden one, revealing how Scrooge's obsession with wealth destroyed his relationship. Through these memories, Dickens shows how Scrooge gradually abandoned love and happiness in pursuit of money. Why Stave 2 matters. So Stave 2 is important because it reveals that Scrooge was not always selfish. Dickens carefully shows the moments that shaped his character, allowing the reader to understand his behaviour. This stave also introduces regret, which is essential for Scrooge's transformation. By confronting his past, Scrooge begins to realise that he has made some serious mistakes.